Welcome to the start of our time chapter, and this first video is going to focus on the angles made between the minute hand and the hour hand on a clock. And our question today is, what is the obtuse angle between the hands of a clock at 7:10? And then part B, we're going to look at what is the reflex angle between the hands at the same time. Alright, the first thing to remember is what is a reflex angle, what is an acute angle, and what is an obtuse angle. So I'll write those down. So starting with the acute angle, that's any angle less than 90 degrees. And then the obtuse angles are between 90 and 180. And then your reflex angle is anything above 180 degrees. Okay, so the big angles. So let's have a start at looking at part A. The first thing to do is to identify which side of the hand is the obtuse angle. And we need to be good at looking at the angles and estimating what size they are. So I know that the reflex angle is always going to be the biggest angle. So let's identify that first. And that's going to be that side. I'll draw that on the clock. So the obtuse angle is the other side. The next step is one that can be done for every question of this type, and that is to identify how many degrees are in between every number around the clock. So this is vitally important. First thing to do is to remember how many degrees in a full circle, and that is 360. There are 12 numbers on the clock face, so a little division, 360 divided by 12, which equals 30 degrees. That tells you that in between every number around the clock face, there are 30 degrees. And that's going to really help us solve this problem. I'm going to use that to work out the angle from the 2 to the 3, the 3 to the 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, and 6 to 7, knowing that there's 30 degrees in between all of those. And then the last part is just to work out that little fraction of the hour hand that's moved beyond the 7. Between 2 and 7, that's 5 times 30, 150 degrees. And then the trickier part is just that little segment beyond the 7. So how are we going to work out that? Well, this is how. We know that it's 10 minutes past the hour. So as a fraction, that is 10 over 60, 1/6 to be simplified. So that hour hand has moved 1/6 of the way past number 7. So to figure out the number of degrees that is 1/6 of 30, which a bit of cross cancelling will tell you that's 5 degrees. So that little segment past the 7 is 5 degrees, and we add that onto 150 for a total of 155 degrees. Now moving on to part B, because we have found one side of the angle, the obtuse angle in that case, it's a lot easier now to find the reflex angle, the other side. And we know that the whole circle must add up to 360. So if you find one side, all you need to do is take that number away from 360 to find this other side. So we can work out 360, take away 155, and that equals 205 degrees. And now you can use this method to have a go at the questions below.